Now, listen, you guys, it never really rains, but it pours for the Transformer. And we're also going to be talking about Lil Wayne and, of course, the allegations that are coming forward. And at the same time, Billboard is out there still playing with the charts. And we're also going to be discussing about Ming and Baddies. At this point, it seems like they are determined to make the show about Nicki Minaj. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the Tea Blog. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So, first of all, let us talk about the Transformer. You guys do know that, well, recently things have just been going left for her. When she stepped out for Coachella, they were photos that were circulating, and these photos were by Getty, and it looked like something was basically falling apart behind her in as far as the surgery is concerned. However, the pictures were quickly wiped off the internet because the Transformer allegedly was now copywriting the photo, and she allegedly did not want to see that photo online, as she claimed that, well, it was edited. But anybody and everybody who knows anything about Getty, you guys know that, well, Getty just gives it to you just as you are. Like, they don't play with how you look. However, it seems like Brad Gilbert, the photographer of of those images, he decided to fold, and of course, the photos were getting copyright strikes on Twitter. Fast forward to the Met Gala, there was an after party that she attended. Several other pictures were circulating, photographed again by Getty. And in those pictures, her face this time was the one that was melting. So Coachella, it was basically her bum that was melting. For Met Gala, it was a face that was doing the things. And at this point, I feel like all these surgeons were handling her. I now have beef with them because what are you doing? This is a very rich mother. So why are you doing all of these things? Just to leave her looking all bumpy, sore, and all type of crazy. Like, why are you doing this? And some of you really did say to me, oh my God, who cares? You're just mad because you don't have enough money to get surgery done like the Transformer. And I'm like, why would I pay money to look bumpy in my face like that? I don't understand. But anyway, there are new pictures that are now circulating, and these are from the Daily Mail. And when I tell you that the body, yeah, it's not giving what it was meant to be giving. After all those surgeries, the last thing you're expecting is a body that does look a little bit bumpy and a behind that does not look proportionate, okay? But that being said, well, these are the pictures that are circulating. I will certainly insert them in this video. And yeah, people are now also speculating that she might be pregnant because of the protruding belly. In as far as the pregnancy is concerned, honestly, for her sake, I hope it's actually not true, because what do you mean pregnant for Stephon Diggs? What do you mean leaving Offset to have babies with Stephon? Yeah, that would be an interesting choice. I'm not going to be policing her womb. If that's what she has decided to do with her womb, then, well, that is her business. But I do hope that, well, she's not going to come back on the internet crying, because, yeah, that would absolutely be insane. All that to prove a point to Offset that I'm able to get another baller. Yeah, that to me would just be crazy. But if she likes it, we absolutely love it. However, when it comes to the pregnancy, you guys, just because I don't like this woman, I'm not going to be dismissive of the fact that, of course, giving birth to three babies might cause her tummy to protrude a little. If she hasn't gotten her tummy touched like the last time she had a baby, that would be normal for her tummy to look like that, because at the end of the day, that's a postpartum baby. And yeah, it's natural, it's normal for women to have their bellies like that after giving birth. So for that reason, I'm not gonna be too hard on her for that, and for that reason, just for now, I'm not going to run with the she's pregnant narrative, because it could as well be just a mom board, really. But anyway, let us talk about Lil Wayne. People are saying that Lil Wayne is the next Shannon Sharp, because his girlfriend is coming out in the open, and she is revealing that, well, allegedly Lil Wayne was putting hands on her. And it's all sorts of crazy things that this lady is accusing Lil Wayne of. And she's also not happy because, according to her, Weezy broke up with her via a text message, which she's not appreciative of. And on top of that, he did so on Mother's Day, and the lady is not fond of getting dumped on Mother's Day. On top of that, the lady is also letting us know that it is next to tomorrow, or this week is going to be her daughter's birthday. So I guess, Lil Wayne had to be considerate about all those things before dumping her. So this has led people to believe that, well, people just do not want to learn when it comes to to these snow bunnies, as they feel like, oh well, we told you before to stay away from these women, but it seems like you just want to be close to them. Now they're accusing you of allegedly putting hands on them. Now, I'm not dismissing her claims, because only they know what exactly transpired, but the black community is pretty much seeing another Shannon Sharp happening. It seems like the lady is also accusing Lil Wayne of infidelity and flying in new girls, and the girls themselves are not making it easy. It does seem like, well, they are also snow bunnies, and they are celebrating the fact that, well, Weezy was out there inviting them to his to his place, flying them out and stuff like that. So I will insert you guys the drama behind all those shenanigans, and then I'll catch you guys after that.
It's also not a secret that Lil Wayne loves Lynette. He was a fan of the show. She was not only a fan favorite, but she's a Lil Wayne favorite, And they hang out. They do things once in a while. And she invited me to go to LA with him tomorrow. So he's flying us out first class, and we're going to hang out and have a good time. And oh my gosh, I need to lay out by a pool. I need to drink a margarita by the sun. You know what I mean? It's just fun being us. It's also not a secret that Lil Wayne loves Lynette. He was a fan of the show. She was not only a fan favorite, but she's a Lil Wayne favorite, And they hang out. They do things once in a while. And she invited me to go to LA with him tomorrow. So he's flying us out first class, and we're going to hang out and have a good time. And oh my gosh, I need to lay out by a pool. I need to drink a margarita by the sun. You know what I mean?
I be popping out.
Wayne literally kicked me and my daughter out on Mother's Day today, and I am just recovering from surgery. I am 5 weeks out from a full mommy makeover. I can't even lift boxes, but this man has his assistants and people coming to help kick us out today. And broke up with me on Mother's Day through text.
And
and her birthday's next weekend. And I leave to New York this week for all the Sports Illustrated press. When I tell you that I am absolutely unsure on how to even process my emotions, if y'all got lawyer recommendations, please send them, because so yeah, I know he has 2 girls being flown in today, and who knows how many plethora of girls he has. I've been nothing but supportive to this man, loved him till the end of the fucking world, but Wayne literally kicked me. You literally flew me, uprooted me from New York City, where I was living, and brought me here for this bullshit. That's crazy, you guys. These men really be taking advantage. And it's not just the emotional abuse. This man has actually laid a fucking hand on me. Nah. And And I took it, you know what's crazy is they always say, like, we're so stupid for love, and I thought it was like a mistake. But, like, I know other women he's put his hands on. And today, it's okay. We're about to go back to the house that we live in together with my fucking daughter. And we're going to see what really goes down, because this is absolutely crazy and a new low even for him. Like, you literally flew me, uprooted me from New York City where I was living and brought me here for this bullshit. Like, that's crazy, you guys. Like, these men really be taking advantage. And it's not just the emotional abuse. Like, this man has actually laid a on me. Like,
well, there you heard that, you guys. There you heard that. Now, moving on to the next thing that we are going to be talking about. This entire situation with Ming and the Baddies, it seems like, well, they are not playing it all. They are determined to make Nicki Minaj their storyline, because tell me why they are promoting the show. Instead of saying Ming Lee, they're out there captioning their post, Nicki Minaj's sister is the center of the cast photo, or this and that. And it's very ironic, because Ming herself is out there trying to convince us that she is trying to move out of the shadows of her sister. So why this production is doing all of these things, I really just do not understand. But anyway, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about this. Moving on to the next thing that we are going to be talking about. Nicki is out there wishing you, a very, very happy Mother's Day. And I also do wish you a very beautiful Mother's Day. I mean, if you're a mom, happy Mother's Day to you. And if you're not a mom, happy Mother's Day to your mom also. Just hop into the comment section and let me know, for the mothers that we have, if we do have mothers in the house, let me know how many kids you have, and let me know what you did for your Mother's Day. But anyway, this is the message that Nicki decided to write out to you guys. She said, "Happy Mommy Day to every mama in the whole wild world. A little tiny human grew inside your tummy until the time was right. What a magical, selfless assignment to be entrusted with. You are doing great. You get better. You are loved. You are appreciated. Go easy on yourself." And then she also went further to say that to the women who didn't give birth to you, but somehow managed to make you feel safe, nurtured, inspired, and empowered, may blessings always find them. May peace be their portion. Happy Mother's Day. So there you heard that, you guys. The next thing that we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Billboard and their charts. It seems like lately they are determined to never do anything, on time, and the chart is being delayed left, right, and center. Chart data is reporting that full Billboard 200 top 10 results are delayed for the 7th time this year. Almost 40% of 2025 charts have been delayed. We're only in May, you guys, but already, for the 7th time, they have been delaying these results. And you know how I feel about Billboard doing all of these. They are so quick to release these BS lists and articles that they are now slaking on the charts. Meanwhile, people really do care about Billboard just for the charts. So really, truly, what is going on? Speaking about charts, Ibro is out there firefighting and defending Apple left, right, and center. You guys do know how Russ feels about streaming and stuff like that. It feels like, well, people are not focusing on the art anymore, but they are just focusing on numbers. And Ibro and his co-hosts are out there trying to defend people talking numbers and stuff like that. What I've realized in the music industry is people will defend numbers if the numbers look good for them. If their favorites numbers are not looking good, they will tell you, oh, well, art is important. It doesn't matter, oh my God, this and that and this and that. And all that just because their favorite, will be out there not doing well. But as soon as their favorite starts to do numbers, they switch up and they start, of course, appreciating these numbers. So I will insert what Ibro had to say, but I don't think that after that I'm going to be coming back. So that being said, Thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. And also thank you for your prayers. Thank you for keeping me in your prayers. I do appreciate that a lot. And until my next one, see you.
Of listener counts and streams, claiming it's a catalyst for unhealthy comparisons. Hiding the numbers will reduce the pressure to compete on inauthentic metrics and encourage a focus on music itself. And then he references us, Apple Music, because obviously we don't,
show the numbers,
put that stuff in the forefront for the public. There are zero convos here about how music is performing. However, I will say that we do have charts. There are charts.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
there.
did we like the RAA and the Billboard?
Well, no, we have Apple Music charts.
No, yeah. I'm just saying, like, when we have these conversations about the streaming numbers and how it affects, the consumption of music, a lot of that stuff was already happening.
I've talked about this throughout the years a lot because this didn't even actually really get going until the Bad Boy era.
Yeah, you always reference that. Yeah.
Like, we didn't care. I mean, we would hear, this sold this or this sold that, but nobody cared.
Because we weren't pop like that before that era.
Yeah, I think, we weren't. Well, I think, and
we didn't have access to the numbers also.
Well, no, there was always access.
We just weren't pop. Like, we didn't care because it wasn't...
we weren't competing for the same spaces as, like Eddie's saying, the pop artists. Mm-hmm. So then when it became a competition for us to compete for chart position, to access larger budgets, and for our genre to get treated with the same care that the other genres got treated with as far as spending and the way videos looked and the way the music was marketed and being in the forefront of the record stores, et cetera, then it became about bragging about these numbers because there was this... oh, that's just hip hop, that's just street, that ain't really.
That's a fad.
It's a fad, whatever. That was really a thing. And artists was like, nah, we are the ones shaping culture. Back to what we was talking about earlier in the conversation today about this kind of, these things that trigger us to make sure that we get credit because generations prior to us weren't able to get credit because of race music and because of these other obstacles that were in the way for black people getting credit for the things that we've created in American society that ring the cash register for everyone else. Right? And so what Eddie was just saying with Beyonce, but I think Russ's idea here is important with regard to creating art.
Because with the creation of art, if this conversation is always in the forefront,
right?
You're
Be creating with
for this.
You should be creating ideally. Now, of course, there's always been people who create to get money, who create
to get status,
to get all of that. That's always been a thing.
Right.
So, shout to Russ for putting the conversation out there. I think it's a valuable conversation. I think the truth of the matter is, like we just said, it's always been around. Right? Like it's always kind of been a part of the conversation.
And as long as those numbers are available, I think as long as these conversations keep happening in regards to how artists talk about their success and how artists look at themselves in regards to what they sell and what they projected to sell, I think that conversation is always going to be around. And because now the fans have such a big grasp on it. And they always do that. They always do that with Kendrick. They always do that with Drake. They always do that with Beyonce. They do that with a lot of people. Like, did they sell this? Did they sell out that? What do the tour numbers look like? The numbers are becoming a caveat that is really killing how we consume the shit that we love.
But it also fuels it too, because...
And is that a good thing?
Well, listen, probably not. But the reality of it is, it's kind of like when we go to the barbershop and we talk sports, right? And then there's a lot of parallels between sports and specifically hip-hop. There are no metrics for music. Music is art. Art is subjective. So if I'm arguing, and we'll take it because it was the biggest conversation, if we're arguing Drake and Kendrick, at some point in time, people going to bring up numbers and concerts, because how else can I say I like something and try to let the other person... Yeah, like there's no other way you can do it. It's art. It's subjective.
But
I like this song.
If that's the first thing if that's your first arguing point, then we've lost the plot.
But yes and no. How else can you... Because we don't do this with paintings. We don't do it with what other art? There's just different variations.
We don't do it with food. We don't do it with clothes. We don't do it with
And hip hop is competitive. Like it's not classical music. Like people, I'm pretty sure, can have arguments about jazz and classical music because the actual nature in which we create hip hop and the culture of it is competitive. So at some point in time, it's gonna be like, Jordan got 6 rings, LeBron got 4. Well, what's the hip hop comparison? You sold this many albums, you got this many views, and it becomes the same thing.
But it's so many different measurements in hip hop and music, period, because like sports is very just like narrow.
Well,
like,
no, because sports you can make stats.
No, they got stats.
Yeah, but like, no, I know they got stats, but
they called Michael Jordan the GOAT long before he had more
6 rings.
Well, no, they know that didn't really start until
and he ain't got more metrics than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
They was calling him the GOAT.
Got more metrics than Bill Russell.
Yes. And you can make it's the same thing. It can be a subjective art. Like LeBron is the leading scorer in NBA history.
Yeah.
But for 60% of fans, he'll never be the GOAT. But for them 40%, they'll be like, what do you mean? He has the 5th most assists, the most games played, the most points ever.
But then he doesn't have all time. Well, he doesn't have like NBA scoring champion 10 years in a row like Michael did.
Yeah, but then
once
you can
again,
be like,
Michael
didn't play 20 years. You know, so it you can make stats mean what you want them to mean for your argument.
Absolutely.
But I think once again, Russ has also played this music game his way. So
And a lot of people don't like that.
It's important to note that while he's having this discussion, which I think is an important one, he's also someone who opted to get his money and reach his levels of success doing it his way.
Yeah.
And not chasing charts and not chasing all of the same things that we all chase.
That's him on the outside looking in.
That's right.
It's like, this is what you guys are arguing
Which
about.
I hope is something that more people who want to be a part of hip hop, create music, and contribute to this culture do, right? Like, I think it's important to have that voice, right? Because you can see that for many people who only chase charts and only chase being hot and having clout and all this shit, you know, it's a dead end for a lot of them, because once you get it,
then what?
I mean, we was talking Beyonce earlier. Why you think Beyonce now can pivot and focus so much on culture and art, right? Because she made moves early on and had to pay the price in some ways, you know, to get to where she is. It wasn't, her going solo was not like a smooth route.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we remember it because there were so many hits and so many things, but she had to...
It's like almost start over and reestablish herself. And what she did.
And also play a game that kept her relevant and on the forefront until she could get control and do the shit she's doing now.
Right. Which is why she can tour whenever the fuck she wants.
Right.
She can throw a stadium tour together
right.
whenever the fuck she wants.
That's right. Yeah. But she had to build that shit.
Yeah.
You know, and even you look at like what TDE's doing, right? We have BOTCHED, but what Kendrick's been able to do, because look, if we look at Kendrick right now, what are we celebrating 1 year since Not Like Us?
Not Like Us, Euphoria, Meet the Grams. Like, this whole past weekend
shit is a year old.
This whole past weekend we celebrated all that moment.
Coming off Mr. Morale, people was asking questions. You know what I'm saying? And bro had to get into it.
Like, yo, can you do it? Like, what is it just gonna be this? Is it just gonna be this?
That was as cold as Kendrick has ever been since Section 80.
And even calling it cold is kind of a...
Well, his version of cold, like, when you're a superstar, your cold is different than everybody else's cold, right?
Okay.
Like, Lady Gaga got cold a few years ago, and she just performed in front of 2.5 million people. Like,
she's not cold. She's not cold.
Yeah, like.
Well, and for that matter, Kendrick, we calling Kendrick cold, and he did a world tour sold out on an album that we call cold.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, it say that coming off the back of that, he's hotter than he's ever been.
Yeah.
It's to Russ bringing this conversation forefront. To the forefront, excuse me, I think it is, you do have to play this game your way. Using the LeBron comparison, he played this basketball thing his way, right? He did it, you know, in ways that people didn't like, and switching teams and, you know, all of this other shit that went on, but still had to work to get these accolades.
I mean, it's all this comes down to, it's a business. This is still a business.
Yeah, it's a Rap Life Review.